everyone, Jess and Pat in the car, very cold and wet as you can see. Jess is enjoying delicious
amazeballs.
Caramel.
No, it's hot Nutella donuts.
Hot Nutella donuts, good gravy. I've got my popcorn, lollies, Coke,
chicken,
Korean fried chicken. So basically we're at the drive-in movies, and I think they only do it for a few months a year in the summer and just before the winter. At our local drive-in, they do like a food truck night. So inserting photo now. So there are all these different food trucks. There was Argentinian barbecue. There was one that just made toasted sandwiches or jaffles. There was a Mr. Burger one that did burgers. There was a white guy that does Thai. There was
Thai street food, which is where I got the chicken from.
Thai street food, Korean fried popcorn chicken, delicious. There was a Greek one.
There was Mexican
tacos, burritos,
and then the Greek dessert one as well.
Greek dessert one. There was a pita bread one.
Oh, that
was the one. Yeah. Cool. So basically, just lots of different yummy street food. So I had Korean fried chicken, which was really tasty with rice and coleslaw, and then I had a Greek souvlaki, which was really tasty. Had chips in it, very very tasty, mustard and tzatziki. Jess had full mouthful. Jess
I had a
jaffle with baked beans and cheese, and then
the
just the Korean fried chicken. And now I can't show you outside, but it is raining heavily. It is bucketing down. Condensation, steaming up the car. So I'm so glad we took Jess's nice car, which has a heater, which mine does not, and a demister, which mine doesn't really either have too.
It's hard to watch the movies with.
Definitely. But when the movie's starting, I will try and show you guys that. We are seeing Mad Max.
What?
Dunno. It's not you. No.
Okay. Someone was just honking away. I don't know if you heard that.
Weird. We are seeing Mad Max, which should be lots of fun. Saw Pitch Perfect last week. That was pretty good. It's fun. Nowhere near as good as the first one. I thought the first one was alright. But it was okay. And Avengers a couple of weeks ago, which was really good. Love that. Definitely want to see that again. So if you guys have seen Avengers, or if you've seen Mad Max, or you want to see those movies, let me know, guys. See you soon.
Bye.
Jess and Pat out. Bye. Good morning, everyone. So it has been quite a pretty full-on, or as Aussies might say, chockers week this week. Lots and lots of fun. As you probably saw already, went to the drive-ins to see Mad Max. Man, what a fun film that was. Definitely go out and see that film. It was really cool. Some of it was filmed in Australia, and a couple of my friends are in the film, which is awesome, and a couple other of my friends worked behind the scenes in the film. So they had really cool stories and photos and videos to share, but they signed an agreement not to do so until, at least some of it until after the film was already out. So it's cool hearing all those stories now. Great film. It's wall-to-wall action, much like the Avengers and everything. It's very much like an introduction to a new franchise, I'd imagine. I'd assume there might be a bit of a trilogy happening. First one is great, don't get me wrong. The fact that we're so used to superhero films where all the action is sort of CGI, to actually see all these explosions and they're actually real, pyrotechnics and stuff, it just blew me away. So very cool film, but just keep in mind, if you do want to see it, wall-to-wall action, that's sort of what you're going to expect. But having said that, the action is just incredible. To think they would have spent so much time getting all the aerobatics and motorcycle jumps and everything. Yeah, fantastic. So love that. So other than that, this week's been really cool. Jess and I had a bit of a party, and we went to our favourite dumpling place. If you're not sure what dumplings are, they're sort of, I don't know how you describe the meat parcels, sort of shallow fried. I'll have some photos up. But we went to our favourite dumpling place this week, and we had, I think it was 16 people there in the end. And this is quite a small dumpling house, and we tried to cram 16 people, so we sort of took over the entire restaurant. But it was a lot of fun, and we've been going there for years and years and years. So it was really cool to be able to bring quite a few people there. And the chef and everything came out and said hello. So that was really nice. So that was really cool. But other than that, it's just been a lot of work and working on the new EP. Now, I thought I'd take this moment to talk to you guys about the EPs that I'm working on at the moment, because there are a couple. So the first one that I'm putting all my efforts into in the moment is just going to be instrumental. I've got sort of three tracks mostly done actually at the moment. Just the chord progression's done. Need to then, once the chord progressions are done, go through and then do the drums, and then once the drums are done, then re-record all of the guitars, keyboards and synths patches, and then once that's done, then I'll do the solos over the top. So I've got some solo ideas and some melody ideas, but I'm going to do them last once everything else is sort of done. So that's the main one that I'm working on at the moment, which should be a 3, maybe 4 track instrumental, which is going to be really cool. Some old tracks in there and some brand new tracks that I'm really excited about. So I'll definitely include now some clips. I don't know which part I'm going to play. I might play one of the pre-choruses from one of the songs. I think that'd be cool. I'll play that on acoustic. So that is going to be in E standard tuning. So I basically thought, alright, how I'm going to approach this is 3 different projects, 3 different guitars, and maybe 3 different tunings. Still double checking that one. So that's the first EP. Second EP I've decided will be more of a singer-songwriter stuff. So more of just me and an acoustic and some acoustic instruments. So that's going to be really cool. So I'll probably do 3 tracks with me singing and then 1 instrumental track. And again, hopefully this can come out this year as well. That's going to be fun. So that's the second EP, and that will just be very much like a 1 acoustic thing. I suppose that will be mostly standard, maybe open G tuning as well with the acoustic. Love me some open G, maybe some slide guitar maybe. And the last EP that I really want to work on this year, hopefully comes out this year, and again they're probably going to be 3 or 4 tracks, is an EP with Jess and myself, and that's going to be using so the first EP is mainly going to be using my Chapman ML3 for a lot of the sort of clean tones. It just sounds great and lightly sort of driven sort of rock tones, and that's in E standard tuning and always sounds great. And with the Evertune bridge, recording is just so easy. So that's going to be the main guitar for the first EP, and the second one will be my acoustic, which I'll show you in a second. And the Jess and Pat EP, I would imagine, is going to be recorded on this guy. Now this is my custom. It's like, you could think of it as like a PRS. It's basically 25 inch scale, 2 humbuckers. It's got Tasmanian flame, if you can see, Blackwood body. I still really need to do a couple more videos on this guitar. I just love it. Now the top, which as you can maybe see in the light, is a bit of a carved top, and it's Cocobolio, which is actually a rosewood, big thick ebony board, really thick, goes all the way under the nut and up on top of the headstock as well of the ebony. So that's now in C standard tuning. So what that means basically is if you can imagine, you've got E standard tuning where the thickest string is tuned to an E, and then if you go down a whole step, then you're down to D. Then so you tune every string down a step. So that would be D standard. But we're gone all the way down again. So 2 whole steps down from E standard. So we're in C standard. So it's a lot heavier, and I really like that. As much fun as it's been playing, our 7-string is in its case, the PRS SE case. As much fun as it's been playing the 7-string, because I teach on 6 strings and I mostly play and practice on 6 strings, it's just taken me a little while to get used to the extra tension, the extra wide neck. So I've actually preferring so far just dropping the tuning of guitars down a step, or in this case 2 steps, as opposed to using the 7-string. So it's interesting. Still just deciding how I feel about it. I'm going to give it another 6 months, the 7-string, because it's just a great guitar. The PRS SE range, if you're after a good guitar for great value for money, and you like PRS, 25 inch scale, it's a no-brainer. Definitely go for them. Great value for money. You can get really good deals secondhand, and if you don't, if you keep it for a year or so, you won't lose too much money on it selling it secondhand, because it does have that great well-known brand name as well. So yeah, just really enjoying dropping it down. I'm going to do a whole series of videos on sort of what different tunings guitars sound like, from drop D to D standard to C standard to drop B and B flat. I might do then some slide tunings, open G, that sort of stuff. Also, I'll do a whole series of videos on that, on how to get to those tunings, maybe some famous songs that are played in those tunings, what they sound like if you're just noodling around, clean and distorted. I think that'd be really cool, and what they feel like. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, so that's where all my main focus is going at the moment. This week was a bit crazy. It was, and I know there's a lot of guys out there that probably have these weeks as well. This was a 60 plus, I think it was 65 65-hour working week with extra days teaching and a lot of extra shifts at the ambulance as well. So it was just crazy. So all my extra time I've had either in the morning, I've gone to gym, or I've spent heaps of time just writing ideas for this EP. Last thing I will say is after Dumplings we went to Dark Zone. So much fun. So what that is it's like laser tag, right? So you have like a vest and it has different lights on it. I tried to film but it just ended up being way too dark. So you have different lights on your vest and you have this sort of gun that fires out sort of laser shots, and it's, you know, you're running around this sort of big dark industrial maze sort of thing, and you have to, you know, you have like colors depending on what team you're on. So I was a lot on the blue team, and so there'd be green and red and yellow teams, and if you find someone else, you know, you have to shoot them, and then you get more points, and then they can't shoot if you've been shot for 5 seconds or so, and then so they run away, and then you find some other people. Crazy, hectic, but lots of fun. Do you guys play laser tag? Have you played laser tag before? Let me know. Hey everyone, so I thought we'd do something a little bit different for the blog. I thought we'd have some time with Pat and Jess, and we'd ask Jess some questions. You might be wondering who she is. Jess is my wonderful girlfriend, and as you can hear and probably see right now, she plays the piano.
Hello.
Awesome. So Jess is playing at the moment. You should be able to hear in the background. Tell us a piece. Tell us all about it.
Oh, okay. So I've got my mid-year recital coming up. So for that, I'm encouraged to arrange certain songs, and the one that you can probably hear in the background is my cover arrangement of "Numb" by Linkin Park, mashed up with "I Hate Everything About You" by 3 Days Grace.
So there's a lot of nice, pleasant, fun songs.
Yeah, well, it's not the only one. I've got some nice ones in there. Like I was practicing Spain just recently. Yeah. And that's a fun sort of Latin jazz piece by Chick Corea. If you don't know it, check it out. It's pretty cool.
So you're studying. What are you studying at the moment?
So I'm studying a Bachelor of Applied Music in Music Performance, obviously, piano, which is the same course that Pat graduated a couple of years ago. But he obviously did his in guitar.
And what are some areas of work that you hope to maybe work in after you finished your degree this year, in the next couple of months?
Well, I'd love to go busking a lot more, because I currently do living statue stuff, but I'd love to musically busk. That would be fun. Maybe some private teaching, sort of on the side, and possibly write an EP. Just see where music takes me at this stage.
And if you had to dream big and think of some huge things that you would want to do, what would they be?
Well, I'm hoping in 10 years' time to become a film and TV composer, game composer, someone who arranges, orchestrates and composes music for games, TV, films, yeah.
Very good. And that was my girlfriend Jess. And if you have any more questions for Jess, or you'd like to see Jess playing a little bit more of the piano and tinkling the ivories, let us know and we will include more of that. Otherwise, goodbye.
Yeah.